This episode of Gamebreaker is brought to you by Titanfall. For 20% off your pre-order, just go to offergb.com/Titanfall. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Gamebreaker, the show, episode 7 for February 13th, 2014. I'm Gary Gannon. Joining me, as always, the Mr. Pat Crane from the Converts to Raid. How are you, sir?
Hello. I'm doing well. Yeah, it's a little lonely, though, because it's just you and me.
It is just you and me.
It's quality time that we can spend together, Gary.
It's Crane and Gannon together. We just talk like Coltrane, but we can't do it.
Yeah. I would come over there and, we should just have a show where we just cuddle.
Oh, yeah.
No.
We could do that. No, we probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, we'll be bringing people on the show. So more people will be back next week. Just the two of us this week. Just the two of us.
You and I.
Whatever that song is. All right. Right. So big story of the week. Biggest story of the week. According to the people on Gamebreaker.tv, the Oculus Rift getting sued. Time to lawyer up, Oculus VR, because you're going to get sued. Getting some papers. So Oculus Rift found out that they're getting a little lawsuit stuck on them by a company called Oculu, O-C-U-L-U, with no S. So according to Ars Technica, the lawsuit being brought to, forth by Oculu. They are a video streaming service company. And they have a trademark. And this is the quote of what their part of their trademark says. Streaming of audio and video by means of the internet.
Yeah.
Which, wow. Okay.
That's not vague at all. I love that.
That was great. In 2010. We've seen a lot of these lately. A lot of these, lawsuits and just patents and trademarks and all kinds of stuff. Now, here's the thing. We've talked about this on the show before. I mean, I wonder what the quote here, unfortunately, Oculus co-founder Palmer luckily decided that he would simply add an S to Oculus registered trademark and call his product an online video distribution Oculus. It could have been adopted by any other terms.
Well, but here's the problem, Gary. Anytime that you have anything with eyes, it's going to be Ocu something or whatever. I mean, this is like a very common root of products in this space, right? I mean, anything to do with eyes is going to have like something like this, right?
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, I don't know what this is. This I don't know much about Oculu or Ocula. Like, I mean, the suit goes on to claim that Oculus. They tried to buy the Oculu domain name because they knew that there actually might be some confusion there.
And that's a quote from somebody else, not Oculus.
Well, that's from the suit. The suit goes on to claim. So that is from Oculu.
They knew it. They tried to buy our website because they knew that it was going to be confused. No, you have to prove that in court. I'm sorry, you don't just get to assume that.
Is there a website? There is. Oh, there is a website. Let's see. I don't know what. I'm afraid when I'm doing this live, but okay.
As well as you should be.
Oculu Video Solutions, video platform for businesses and publishers. So this must be the company here, I assume.
Yeah.
Some sort of almost like a B2B video platform service. It looks like for more businesses and stuff like that who want to go proprietary. This is it's a catch-22 for these companies because when you have trademarks and patents, you have to uphold them. You have to defend them or you lose them, which we talk about this. It's like week after week, there's a story like this. The internet's on fire about this because nobody wants this thing to be called anything but the Oculus Rift. Like now it's become a thing, right? It's like, it's the name of it.
Yeah, it is. And if you've tried the Oculus Rift, you understand the power of it. It is pretty amazing. It's a little heavy, but it's still amazing. The experience is great. And I don't think that these are similar experiences, though. I don't think that you can call trademark on this because I mean, even if Oculus does do streaming video at some point, and that may be in the business plan, it's not a big thing of the business plan. This is going to be a video. I mean, this is basically for video games. I don't think, has there been anything else about it?
Well, here's the thing is like, here's the thing. People are going to hate me for sort of defending this, but at the same time, I'm like, when you look at domain names, there's a whole thing of like, people know about this, like all these people out there who buy misspelled domain names, right? Because they know that the number of people who like leave a letter off or change a letter by accident is astronomical. And then they make these like, there's nothing to do with what these people are doing, but they make these like clickbait sites and stuff like that with just because they know that people leave that off. I could see a large number of people thinking maybe it's just Oculus or something. They just type Oculu, and then I could see people going to that site and then being very confused because the first thing you see is like video, video platform for businesses and publishers, and like, you're going to look at like some virtual reality video thing. I could kind of see some confusion here. I don't know, but I don't know how this is going to go. I wonder if
I don't think that they have a real case. I understand them defending it because they have to. They feel like they have to anyway. So I understand them defending it. I just don't think that they have a real play here. I mean, it's a very different product. So I don't see exactly how it meshes up. Even if they do deliver streaming, I think it's
interesting to see if Oculus has to change their name. I know a lot of people will be unhappy with it. I know the internet's very upset about this. That's why it was the #1 story, because people are just like, this is insanity. Gamers, they're just like, this is nuts.
If anything, Oculus should be thanking Oculus, because now people are actually going to their site. Ever since the lawsuit came about, people went, "What is this company?" And then they've started clicking into their internets. So that might not be such a bad thing for them in the long run. Gets the word out.
This could be true. Bad press is good press. All right, next story.
Right.
You're addicted. We're all addicted.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're all addicted to the Flappy Birds. Apparently, Flappy Birds. Flappy Birds! I think the story in general was the biggest thing. There was multiple stories on this throughout the week. Flappy Birds, iOS game that came out on the iOS, and I think it was on Google. Yeah, I believe it was on Google as well. Pat Crane's got it. That iPhone's worth a lot of money, sir. That iPhone is worth a lot of money. So
it's $1 million. $1 million.
About $1 million.
And it even has like a flashlight.
Oh, really. Wow. Nice.
Look at that.
That's impressive.
So that's good.
So the #2 story of the week, truly, I think it's more of just about Flappy Birds, but the actual post was phones with Flappy Bird install listed on eBay for thousands of dollars. So you've got a couple grand in your hand right there, sir, because you got Flappy Bird on that phone. Would you sell it? Would you sell the phone? I mean, people are selling it.
No.
Why not? Why not cash in? Why not just go bring a quick couple grand? You can just go buy another phone for a couple $100.
Because anybody that wants to buy my phone for a couple $1,000 because it has Flappy Bird on it, I won't trust their check. They need to have cold hard cash in my hand. And even then, I'll need to get that verified by a banker.
So let's say they had cash. They come and they meet you behind the alley by Guitar Center, and they've got cash.
Oh, God. Yeah, that sounds safe.
How much would you say you'd sell it? Everybody's got a price. You would sell it. You would sell it. Come on.
Sure, everybody's of course. But yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not so much about the phone. It's just about the joker who wants to buy something like that. I think that's ridiculous. But I realized one reason why people would want to pay so much. I realized because I was playing before the show. I was playing Flappy Bird, and I was getting really frustrated. And I'm like, these phones will not last, because as soon as you get angry enough, you are going to chuck your phone right against the wall, and it's going to break. So that's why.
You've been playing the game. I actually didn't play it before it was taken down. What is the phenomenon? What is so great about Flappy Bird? Why is everybody playing it or want it?
It's so simple, right? I mean, there's only one action that you can actually take with the game. You can just flap. That is it. And the way that the difficulty is that you don't get very high scores. Of course, there are people that are extraordinary people that have gotten over, let's say, 30. And you're just trying to pass through these stupid pipes, and you only have one action to do, so you're kind of letting the game's gravity kind of work for you. Or against you, I guess.
So why is it such a thing now, though? Like, why is it just now it's this sought-after thing? Phones are on eBay. He takes it down. There's a lot of mystery around this whole game, and hit the press.
at least in the gaming world, there were a lot of different streamers and casters that did videos for this. PewDiePie was one of them. He was one of the big ones that did these videos. But it wasn't just that he was playing the game. It was that he was getting so frustrated for only getting like 17 or 18, I think is what he finally ended up with, something along those lines. But he was just so incredibly frustrated by the game that it made it really compelling, and it made it into a thing of, okay, let's see how badly I can frustrate my friends. Here, play this game. Play this game. You'll like it. You'll like it. No.
Now there's 8 million like Flappy Bird clones that have hit the iOS store. They're just everywhere. Have you played any of them?
It's not just I've played a couple of them. So there's Maverick Bird, I think, is one of them.
Do they compare? Is it the same experience? Like, do you get this? You don't even need Flappy Bird?
No. It's totally different experience. Even Sesame Street has joined in on the fray, and they have Flappy Bert, and so it's a bird carrying Bert.
That's brilliant.
And every time you pass through the little pipes, Bert goes, "Heh," and he laughs, and then when you fail, he goes, "Ernie." It's ridiculous, but it's great, and it's made for kids, so it's a little bit easier and all that kind of stuff.
So welcome.
Oh. Some kids just.
What are we playing?
I'm playing
there
some
it is.
Flappy Bird.
Flappy Bird. There we go.
Flappy Bird. But have you stumbled across any of the clones out there that actually give you kind of the same experiences as Flappy Bird to kind of take its place?
No, they've always been a little bit different. I haven't done anything that's been exactly the same, but it's always been like a takeoff of it, and it's usually been pretty cool, and a fairly interesting experience. So I mean, there's nothing against those at all, but it doesn't. The ones that I've played anyway have not been direct comparisons. Yeah, Flappy Bird is probably the best direct comparison, but I'm
probably going to download Flappy Bird right after this. It looks great. I think most of the phones that went up there, this story popped, and literally like iPhones hit eBay, and they were literally going. I think one of them went it was up to $90,000, $90,200 for a white iPhone 5, 16 gig. Obviously, these were trolls, people just bidding through the nose to they've been taken down, and I don't even know. I don't know if I have confirmation, but I heard they were taking down phones with Flappy Birds on. I don't really know what's happening.
Yeah, we heard that before Legendary. We heard that from the chat room, I think, or something. I'm not sure. Olivia heard it, and we were talking about it before the show. So
the Flappy Bird phenomenon. The Flappy Bird phenomenon. All right, next largest story of the week. This was kind of crazy. This was a big story. Microsoft investors. The investors at Microsoft want the CEO to kill the Xbox. They just want to get rid of it.
Yeah.
They don't even want it as a platform. They're literally trying to put their muscle behind just getting rid of this thing.
And it's not just that though.
It's no. It's a lot of different portions of Microsoft to try and get it back to being profitable, just because these are money losing ventures for them. But still, I mean, that's crazy. Could you imagine a world without the Xbox?
No, especially since I just got one. So yeah, I'm not happy to see this article up here at all. So thanks Microsoft.
Says Microsoft shareholders want the company to drop a few of what they consider non-essential product lines and return their focus to selling enterprise software to businesses. That's what they want to keep focusing on.
Right.
Did you hear that noise? I don't know what that is. Okay.
There was like a ding or something. I don't know what that was from.
So that was according to the Washington Post. There's a new CEO. He just got put into place. Satya Nadella.
Or maybe it was a Bing because it's Microsoft, so it's a Bing.
That's what it could have been. It's a Bing. So the department showing a decrease in profit are the Windows division, suggested due to drop in demand for Windows among consumers. The department also shows a $900 million loss to Surface tablets that remain unsold. Yep. Not doing good in the Surface tablet market. The online division, which includes Bing, reported a loss of $1.3 billion, man. Right. Oh, man, I don't know, man. I mean, out of all those things, I think everybody out there, especially watching this show, you're like, yeah, Surface tablets, whatever. I could live without those, but I can get a different tablet. I can get an iPad. Yeah. I can get another device. But an Xbox 360, I mean, if that went away,
what about the Xbone, the Xbox One? It just came out, damn it.
I know.
Let's play with that for a little bit. Let's figure that out.
You think the CEO might drop it?
Oh, man, I hope not.
Investors can be tough, man. They want to get back to profitable. They could just drop it.
Well, investors are always talking about how they want, to cut all the red out of all the books, right? So they just want to make sure that the company gets back into the black and really takes a strong hold on one thing. On one thing, they really want Microsoft to just kind of really figure out what that one thing is, and they think that one thing is going to be business
enterprise software.
Yeah,
probably exactly. The one thing that they're profitable. I mean, it sounds crazy, but there is some speculation around Nintendo getting out of the actual console market. There's speculation of them not doing more consoles. Like, they're going hard into mobile. And we may see a day that Nintendo doesn't have a console. Think about that. Think about the lineage and the history behind the Nintendo 64 and all the different ones. Could you imagine not having a Nintendo or an Xbox?
Well, I can kind of, because with the way that mobile devices are right now, it's a lot easier to play on a mobile device and so much more complicated to get a console. It kind of makes sense in a way for those guys. I mean, it's especially with all the motion stuff that they can do. I mean, it kind of makes sense. But for Xbox and for PlayStation, that's a little bit tougher sell for me, because those are games where you need a controller. You need to kind of feel it. You need to experience the game that way, and it's supposed to be like these big epic things on your big screen TV right in front of your face. So yeah, I'm kind of concerned, especially now that I just picked up an Xbone. And yeah,
could really be the last one. Who knows? We'll see if investors get their way with it.
Maybe I'll sell that with my smartphone.
Oh, package them up! Package them up!
Package them up! $4 million.
$4 million. Probably not.
It has Forza 5 and Loco Cycle on there. Come on, let's go, people.
All right, next biggest story on the Gamebreaker. We'll get some music here.
You did have music, yeah.
I do. I have music ready for this, because you know what time it is.
Ooh.
11 jaw-dropping Slave Leia cosplay pics. Okay.
I'm really surprised that this was popular on Gamebreaker.
Really?
I'm really surprised that this particular
it came out of nowhere.
Article was managed to land at number 3?
Yes, number 4.
3 or 4?
Actually.
4. Number 4 this week with a bullet. Hello.
Yes. 11 jaw dropping. Hello. All right.
Yeah, there's no need to comment here. I mean, you have music going.
I got music.
Enjoy that, Star Wars nerds.
Pew pew.
And non-Star Wars nerds, because really, this is for everybody.
Every law-abiding citizen likes a good slave Leia. Especially an Olivia Munn slave Leia. I have a feeling I know what's going to be next week as well.
I'm pretty sure I do too.
And it might be...
We've had lawsuits and cosplay stuff every week, pretty much.
Every week. And there's actually
amazing.
Yeah, I feel like next week you might see her face again. That's gonna be my guess for next week. You might see her face again.
Right.
All right.
That's lovely music, Gary. That's really great music.
Smooth jazz.
I did. I enjoyed that much more than the pictures.
Yeah, I listened. I don't even know. That's all right. I didn't get through them all, so go. There's only 8. You got more pictures to go. Gamebreaker TV, go check it out.
There you go.
Next up, tell me about this one. What do you think of this? You're a big Blizzard guy, obviously, with the converts already.
Yeah.
Blizzard retires the Scroll of Resurrection. What do you make of this?
Yeah. Well, so the Scroll of Resurrection, for those guys that don't know, is a way that you can play pretty quickly with your friends, right? So if you had a friend that used to play WoW that went away from the game for whatever reason, you could give them this scroll of resurrection, and it would bring their character immediately up to level 80. They would be able to play immediately with a level 80 character. But now, with all the changes that are coming for Warlords of Draenor,
The level 90.
yeah, we're gonna be seeing the level 90 guys, right? So you're gonna get a free boost to 90. So that kind of means the Scroll of Resurrection is gonna be kind of useless anyway, right? So now anybody can come back to WoW or start WoW, and as long as you have pre-purchased Warlords, you can get your free 90. So there's no reason to have the Scroll of Resurrection around anymore. So yeah, see you later.
See ya, Scroll of Resurrection.
That's right. It served its purpose, and now I think that because it's going to be retired on Tuesday, so on the 18th of February, and so that means that the next patch is probably coming soon after that, which means that all this other stuff is coming soon after that, and we're really starting to see this build. And we talked about it on Legendary. We were really starting to see this build up for all the pre-patch stuff for Warlords. And it's pretty cool. Like, I'm really stoked to see all of this.
Is the undercurrent starting? Is the undercurrent starting to get everybody like? Is everybody just starting to get like, they're coming, the patches are coming, the changes are coming, like you're feeling it?
You can totally feel it. If you are attuned to Blizzard news, you kind of know how their cycle works, and we're starting to see like the end of the PvP season. We're seeing the end of the I don't know, a bunch of stuff that we've talked about on Legendary.
So go watch that World of Warcraft show. We talked about it all the way there.
Exactly. But
that's going.
We're seeing the end, and now we're starting to see the emergence of all of these new things are gonna start happening in the next few weeks, and it's gonna be pretty jaw dropping for a lot of longtime WoW players, I think. So. Cool.
All right, we got one more last up here today, but first, big NDA drop today. Well, yeah, I guess the NDA dropped today, and everybody's live streaming it now, checking it all out. Big AAA game called Titanfall. I know a lot of you out there are looking for the Titanfall. We have the best deal on the internet for Titanfall. Just saying. We've got 20% off your pre-order. 20% off your pre-order on a AAA game. What is this madness? Yep, all you got to do is go to offergb.com/Titanfall. Go to that URL. Tell you exactly how to get it. Just a code you got to put in there. Yeah, I don't know how long this deal is actually going to last. I have no idea. So the deal changes. We update the post constantly. If it changes, it's changed like 2 or 3 times already with the codes and things like that. So you got to check it out. And actually, I should tell you, we have a brand new page on Gamebreaker.
Ooh.
It's gamebreaker.tv/deals. And you guys should bookmark this because we have sick deals. We have like the best deals on here. So update it every single day, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day. We're ramping this up. It's just started. It only launched a couple days ago. There's a bunch of stuff on here though. We've still got the Elder Scrolls Online at 20% off. You got Castlevania Shadow 2 pre-order deal. Some hardware. So you got hardware. You got PC games. You got console games. Definitely check that out. Gamebreaker.tv/deals. But definitely the big deal right now. Elder Scrolls Online is a big deal. People are super excited about the Elder Scrolls, but also Titanfall.
Yeah.
Everybody's got the excitement today.
Have you been watching the videos on Titanfall?
It's all I've been doing.
Amazing.
I was watching the live streams between our live shows today. We finished like the Republic. I instantly watched Titanfall. We finished Legendary, and I instantly opened up Titanfall. I was watching Total Biscuit play. I was watching Towley play.
There are so many cool things about that game. I think that for an FPS, I think that's gonna be a really cool game to go in and just.
I think Respawn have done it. From what I've seen, I haven't played it. I've not got my hands on it. It looks really fast. It looks really fluid. People are a little bit iffy. So there's some questions about there's bots in the game, and there's besides it's 6v6 and there's bots. People are wondering about the bots a little bit, feeling it out. But I don't know, man. Respawn with I think they're back. It's not Respawn.
Well, I tell you, they really nailed it with the aiming system and stuff like that, because basically what it is you have this area. And if anybody falls in this area, the gun will automatically shoot that person. If you have the IntelliGun or whatever it's called, and that's really cool. And it's you don't have to sit behind anything and try to specifically aim for somebody, try to get a headshot or anything like that. No, it's just shoot and go. It's shoot and go. So it's looking pretty fun. That's for sure.
So the deal as of February 11th is with GMG, and it looks like it's region wide right now. Like I said, this changes constantly, so I don't know how long this deal is going to last. So if you're going to pre-order Titanfall, you might want to do it right now. Like right now. Like literally, this could, I'm not even kidding you, by midnight, this could be gone. I don't know. It changes like that. So we don't know if there's going to be another one. They don't tell us. But right now, the deal is 20% off. So you use this coupon code, and it's $48. $48.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great deal. Awesome. On a AAA game that's not even out on pre-order, definitely check it out. 20% off just by go to offergb.com/Titanfall. You can find it there. Or go over to Gamebreaker.tv/deals. You can find it there as well. But the offer code is pretty easy to find. All right, last up today, speaking of the Total Biscuit, I was just watching him play Titanfall for about an hour. We're back to this story again. The old YouTube craziness. So a game developer. So it looks like Total Biscuit, created a video where he's doing one of his, I think it was the WTF series. I would believe that's what he did. I'm not sure of that, but where he talks about, he doesn't necessarily review, but he talks about a game and plays it, and he apparently gave it a pretty bad WTF. It was not very good. It has been confirmed that he tweeted lately the video was taken down. He got a copyright strike against it, which means your account gets whacked. The video comes off of YouTube. After some investigation, he tweeted, "We can confirm that the copyright strike, which took down the guys of Wolf Video, did originate from the devs, fun creators." So the devs going in there, man. The YouTube system is just it's so great and amazing on so many levels. Whenever
so annoying as a producer of stuff. Yeah.
Because it's given this platform for, especially in the gaming space, for people like Total Biscuit, for people like Gamebreaker to just be able to put content out in the world. When before this stuff kind of happened, you had to be just a television network, right? Like literally to get your message out. So it's amazing. But YouTube's got these really crazy rules with copyright strikes, and literally somebody can just go in and say, click. I hit a button, copyright strike. We've had it happen against us. We've had one or two happen. We've lost our first channel, completely lost our first channel.
So what do you do in cases like that? I mean, what is TV like?
That's the problem here. So TV's probably, so this is the whole big thing with YouTube now, which a couple months ago they went to partner status level, people with these multi-channel networks and affiliates. They did. Right. And the very, very top tier guys like Total Biscuit became backed by he's part of the team there, basically.
Right. It's like you have everybody. It's like you have everybody on the team, but then you have your major league hitters, and those are the guys that everybody's going to go to bat for.
And those are the only ones that they're going to bat for.
Right. The minor league players, they're kind of on their own.
You're on your own. Nope. Yeah, you don't get any backing by any of the multi-channel networks anymore. Yeah. So I would assume that they, I would assume that Polaris, the company that he's with, has lawyers probably contacting him or trying to work something out, like trying to deal with this issue and try and get this straightened out. But they do literally give the option, and there's no one to talk to at YouTube. There's no one to call. There's no one to can email to your blue in the face. There's very little recourse when something like this happens. The truth of it is, what I think is, YouTube doesn't want to deal with all the legal. They don't want to deal with it, so they don't want a room full of lawyers and people taking customer service calls all day, so they just say, just get rid of it. It's not worth our time.
Right. Well, but the problem is that they're going to have to deal with this at some point, and it may not be now, but it's going to be at some point soon where they're going to be dragged into legal issues. This is kind of the nature of the beast. If they're going to claim that somebody else called copyright foul and then not actually have any legal to back it up, that's really weird. I mean, I make videos too, and I've been hit by even the music that I put in.
Sure.
That's kind of been the big trigger, right? So I have a bunch of pre-produced music that I've either made or purchased, and usually the stuff that I purchase is the stuff that gets hit. Right, exactly. It gets hit on YouTube, not necessarily copyright foul, because it is kind of open and out there. And all I have to do is just kind of type a little thing and then send it off to them. But at that point, you've lost ad revenue because you are taking away when your video is the hottest. So they're taking out the ads when your video is the hottest. So then you're not making as much money. And there's got to be a point where YouTube is going to be dragged into this, and they're going to have to support all this stuff that's going
yeah,
on.
or somebody else is going to come along and try and scoop at least the gaming community up. And I thought it's all right. I could see like a Twitch. Like Twitch has such a, they have the live streaming. All they'd have to do is work on the past broadcasts and the archiving and stuff like that. I could see a lot of gamers if they could do the advertising the same way and give you CPMs and things just like that. I could see them pulling a lot of gamers away from that if they would deal with this and try and at least help you. The problem is there's probably so many of these issues it might just be astronomical. Like, you got Total Biscuit. He's the one person. He's a high profile guy. He puts out a video. He gets like 500,000, a million views. It's crazy. He's gonna get this worked out. But I almost wonder how many of these problems, like a company like YouTube has on the back end that we don't know about. It could just be in the hundreds or thousands a day. And
there just needs to be a way, I think, to elevate the situation, so I mean, so that you can say, okay, well, you got hit for copyright infraction or whatever the hell it is, and so hey, fix this, and then you can send them back a little thing saying, oh, no, it's totally cool, or else you get a strike against you or whatever. But there needs to be a way for the producer to come back at the company and elevate it to a level where they can actually talk to somebody at some point, or at least get some sort of official response, maybe.
It would be nice if they at least did it, like, so there's something called the DMCA where, like, they can do the same thing to websites or even on Twitch. They could do the same thing on Twitch channels. So, like, if you're streaming, like footage that you shouldn't stream, you'll see it like go off. That's the company usually, firing DMCA. The good thing with that I've heard with somebody like Twitch is that you usually can immediately fill out a form, shoot it off to either an ISP if it's dealing with an ISP or Twitch, saying, "Hey, I, Gary Gannon or Gamebreaker Media Group, take full responsibility for this situation and lawsuit and remove Twitch, YouTube, whoever the middleman is out of this situation." And they should be able to immediately turn your channel back on. Like, there should be, as fast as you are able to, like, shut this video off on YouTube, Total Biscuit should have the ability on the back end to click a button and say, "I, Total Biscuit, take full responsibility away from this. It has nothing to do with YouTube." And then instantly your video comes back on and you legally take all of it. That's something that really needs to happen. A lot of the things need to happen with YouTube, but that's one that really just, I don't see why they couldn't do that. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't, that's how DMCAs work. Just boom, takes you 5 minutes. If you get it to the right person in 5 minutes, they can turn your channel back on. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be great?
But that'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
This is not the end of the YouTube. This is not the end of the YouTube debacle. 2014 is going to be interesting for YouTube.
Yeah.
Pat Crane, follow him on Twitter at Pat Crane. Go over to converttoraid.com. Watch Legendary right here on Gamebreaker TV. Convert to Raid goes live on our Twitch channel on twitch.tv/Gamebreaker TV Sunday mornings at 9. So if you're up, check it out. Yes. It is early, but that's Pacific, by the way. Pacific.
It's not early for me. I'm Central, baby.
He's Central. If you're on the West Coast, it's Sunday morning, 9. No thanks. I'm just making my coffee. But usually goes up on Monday, so go watch Convert to Raid World of Warcraft show. Very, very classy show with the Coltrane. You guys have a good time on that show.
Oh,
That's the best thing I like about that show. You guys have a great time. That's why I like that show.
We laugh a lot on that show.
There's a lot of laughter. Which is, it's like really infectious. Fun. And it's infectious because you just laugh along with it. I love it. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Great show.
Thanks.
You can follow me at Gary Gannon. Follow Gamebreaker TV, Gamebreaker TV. And make sure to come over to Facebook.com/Gamebreaker TV as well. Our Facebook page and all that good stuff. We do the show live on Thursdays, right after Legendary at 9 Pacific. So coming over for the live show is a lot of fun. And we'll see you next week for the top stories on Gamebreaker TV with Gamebreaker. See you next week.